If you kiss on the first date and it's not right, then there will be no second date. Sometimes it's better to hold out and not kiss for a long time. I am a strong believer in kissing being very intimate, and the minute you kiss, the floodgates open for everything else. The bear is what we all wrestle with. Everybody has their bear in life. It's about conquering that bear and letting him go. And I deal with all that by being like a perfectionist. But that's okay. You can take life for granted. If you don't love yourself, you can love anybody else. And I think, as women, we really forget that. I look to women who epitomize old Hollywood glamour, like Rita Hayworth. When I am wrong, I will learn the lesson and move on to face other challenges. For me, that's what creating your own life is. Doing your best work while being your best self. It's a real roller coaster ride. If you're lucky to have longevity in this business, you have to be able to ride those waves. Oh my God, my girlfriends are everything to me. They celebrate with you, they cry with you, they hold you when you need to be held, they laugh with you, they're mean with you, they're always there, and it's just a priceless thing to have. I judge people on how they smell, not how they look. I just think that the whole diva thing is a misrepresentation of who I am. When I was young, I was just about hard work. But as I got older, I did experience anxiety, doubt, judgment, and it's so easy to lose yourself for a second. You know, maybe I was just born in the wrong time, but I love all things romantic. Puffy understands that. For my last birthday, he covered my hotel room floor with rose petals, and had flowers and candles all over the room. Some people are naturally thin, and some are heavier. There is a lot of focus on it, and it can be a lot of pressure for people. But honestly, I think, as long as someone is healthy, that is most important. The biggest insecurity I had was my singing. Even though I had sold 70 million records, there was this feeling like I'm not good at this. I like to maintain a certain sense of fantasy in my life. I am kind of like that at home. Do I have the full hair and makeup? No. But I might have the nice dress on. I remember when I was 33 or 34, it was devastating because I realized I wasn't a kid anymore. The great thing about 40 was that I really felt like I had life experience and knew what I was doing. Now, I'm a hopeless, romantic and passionate person when it comes to love. I think if you're in a committed relationship, unless you have some sort of an understanding, monogamy is something that should exist. In Hollywood, she's revered. She gets nominated for Oscars. But I've never heard anyone in the public or among my friends say, "Oh, I love Winona Ryder, Jennifer Lopez." I don't regret what I've been through. I've had ups and downs, super highs and some really low lows. I've been so blessed that I could never say, "I wish this didn't happen." It's part of who I am. There's nothing in my life that's so uck. Jennifer Lopez. You've got to love yourself first. You've got to be okay on your own before you can be okay with somebody else. You get what you give. What you put into things is what you get out of them. I have my own high standards for what I want in a partner and how I want to be treated. I bring a lot to the table. I'm not talking about material things, but what I have to offer as a person, love, and loyalty, and all the things that make a good relationship. Jennifer Lopez. Doubt is a killer. You just have to know who you are and what you stand for. You mirror what the world mirrors to you. Women should never go without earrings. Passing on them is an opportunity missed. I seriously feel like the best days are ahead, and I like the idea of getting to do everything I did before, but with more knowledge, experience, and street smarts. There's a certain love, appreciation, and gratitude that you have at 40 that you don't have when you're younger, and it makes every accomplishment feel so much better. Once you have a lot of success, you become a target. In many ways, I have the stardom glow. I know that being seen as a role model means taking responsibility for all actions. I am human. And of course, sometimes I make mistakes. But I promise that when I fall, I get back up. It's a shame to call somebody a diva simply because they work harder than everybody else. Beauty is only skin deep. I think what's really important is finding a balance of mind, body, and spirit. I'd be stupid not to take into consideration that there are certain things people will not consider me for because my name is Lopez, and I know I can do any kind of role. I don't want anybody to say, "Oh, she can't pull this off." So those are barriers that you have to overcome. People equate sexy with promiscuous. They think that because I'm shaped this way, I must be scandalous, like running around and bringing men into my hotel room. But it's just the opposite. I only do what my gut tells me to. I think it's smart to listen to other people's advice. But at the end of the day, you're the only one who can tell you what's right for you. You've got to do things that make you happy. As women, we tend to give away a lot. We take care of a lot of people, and we can't forget to take care of ourselves. Being an artist doesn't start because you're 21, and it doesn't end because you're 51. You are who you are until the day you die. I've always been very girly, but from the time I was very little, it was something I would do all the time. Just sing, dance, and act. So it wasn't something that was fake or contrived. As I got older, I am positive, determined to move forward with my life, bring up my babies, and do the best job I can as a mother, entertainer, and person. Early on, my family really made me love who I was and what I looked like. I have to work for my soul. I watched my parents. My dad worked nights, and I was aware of how much he was doing for us. My mom was a Tupperware lady and also worked at the school. I always felt that I couldn't let them down, and I had a natural discipline from early on. I was always training for something. When I first started on television, people, and even my own manager at the time, would tell me I had to make all of these changes. But you have to stand up and say, "There's nothing wrong with me, or my shape, or who I am. You're the one with the problem." And when you can really believe that, all of a sudden, other people start believing too. So I sat down with him and portrayed more the side of the character he needed to see, which is what I do when I go in for an interview for a part I like. As much as you think you're dealing with creative people, they see you for what your image is out there. The bottom line is that musicians Love to make music. And always will. I don't get anything for free. I pay for all beauty treatments. I would never speak about specifics in my own relationships, because I think it's tacky. I can only speak for myself, and hope people hear my words and see me on television speaking for myself, and hopefully they'll be able to make their own judgment. And at the end of the day, I just want my work to speak for itself. I was into sports and dancing. I ran track. I have a lot of stamina. I love a long bath. I love anything creative. I love decorating. I even love just flipping through magazines and vegging out for a while. But I'm also one of those people who loves to work. So I'll sing, dance, work on my next performance, or write whomever it may be about a new idea. I always joke about letting the haters motivate you. Everybody has that in their life. People who doubt them or make them feel less than they are. It just takes faith and belief in yourself, and you've got to dig deep into that. That has to come from you. Nobody's going to give you that. By nature, I am not tough. Believe it or not, I could serve coffee using my rear as a ledge. You have to come in and be that character when you walk into the room. That's what one of my first acting teachers taught me. You know, don't go in there being Jennifer and then expect to flip and change, because they're not going to have that imagination. Jennifer Lopez.